Yoga, a dance of every cell, with the music of every breath that creates inner serenity and calm and harmony. Yoga, an addition of energy, strength, a beauty to body, mind, and soul. Yoga, it happens beyond the mat. Anything you do with attention to how you feel is doing yoga. Honorable Minister Chet Green, Foreign Affairs and Immigration, Honorable Minister Darrell Matthew, Sports, Education and Culture, Ambassador of the Bolivian Republic of Venezuela, Her Excellency Carmen Velasquez de Vizbal, Ambassador of the Dominican Republic, Her Excellency Raquel Jacobo Jar, Counselor of the Dominican Republic, Maria Isabel Fernandez, His Excellency Dr. K.J. Srivanasa, High Commissioner of India, family, friends, Facebook family and friends. It continues to be my pleasure to welcome you to the annual celebration of International Day of Yoga here in Antigua and Barbuda. We are so happy to be streaming to you live from Blue Waters Resort and Spa, situated on the northwestern corner of Antigua. Today we celebrate our 7th year of International Day of Yoga, our 2nd year hosting IDY as a virtual event. The theme for International Day 2021 is Yoga for the Wellbeing. During this COVID-19 pandemic, there is a growing trend of people around the world embracing yoga to stay healthy and rejuvenated and to fight social isolation and depression. Yoga is playing a pivotal role in rejuvenating our mind and body, leading us to a healthier lifestyle. A quick run through of the program today. We will start with a message from His Excellency Dr. K.J. Srivanasa, High Commissioner of India to Guyana. Then we will lead into remarks of our guest. We'll lead into remarks from Minister Darrell Matthew, Minister of Education, Sports and Culture. Our chief guest, Honorable Minister Chet Green, Minister of Foreign Affairs, will then share some remarks, and then we will start the Common Yoga Protocol. I will ask Mr. Vijay Tawani, Honorable Consul to India and organizer of International Day of Yoga, Antigua and Barbuda, to open with his remarks.
Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Our chief guest, Honorable Minister Chet Green, Foreign Affairs and Immigration, Honorable Minister Darrell Matthew, Sports, Education and Culture, and we apologize for Her Excellency Lady William. She has another event to attend, and we apologize on behalf of Honorable Minister Fernandez as he has to travel, and we recognize Mrs. Jill Fernandez. And we have Ambassador of Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Her Excellency Carmen Velasquez. Ambassador of Dominican Republic, we have Her Excellency Raquel Jacob. And we have the Counselor of the Dominican Republic, Maria Isabel Fernandez, and, and the President of the Lions Club of Antigua, Ms. Desiree Edwards, and my mentor, my sponsor, Ms. Valerie Gonzalez. And we say thank you to His Excellency Dr. KJ Srinivasa, High Commissioner of India, for hosting this event and giving us this opportunity today. Greetings to all. It is indeed my honor to greet you today at the first official event organized by me as the Honorary Consul of India to Antigua and Barbuda. I am thankful to be with you today as we celebrate the 7th Annual International Day of Yoga. We all recall the Honorable Prime Minister Modi of India was able to pursue the leaders of 177 countries to confirm and adopt June 21st as the recognized International Day of Yoga. This was achieved in 2014 at the United Nations General Assembly. This was India's gift to the world. Since we last met physically in 2019 at the Government House, so much has transpired around the world. Most significant of all is the COVID-19 pandemic, an unforgettable occurrence that has impacted all our lives drastically. Never before in our lifetime we've seen nor experienced such circumstances. Rethinking and prioritizing aspects in our physical mental health is indeed a crucial aspect. Strengthening, protecting ourselves, modifying the way we eat and exercise, these habits have changed as we have conditioned ourselves to accept the new norm. Yoga dates back several hundred years and is neither religious, political, or biased by race nor gender. Not only is it a form of exercise, but is a type of spiritual discipline founded on science, which focuses on bringing harmony between mind and body. Living with freedom in all stages of life, health, and harmony ought to be the main intent of yoga practice. Every human being strives to lead a healthy lifestyle. The stresses of life brought on by COVID-19 can be difficult to deal with. Yoga is about allowing oneself within one's universe. The deep meditation of yoga strengthens you to rise above these challenges. It is a sort of mental technology, allowing one to align with the cosmic perception of harmony. This is one of those programs whereby the benefits to be gained cannot be transferred one person to another. In order to achieve, one must be active in the process. Today, over 200 countries participate in the recognition of International Yoga Day. We here in Antigua and Barbuda have been recognizing this day for 7 years and hope to continue so in the future. Further, we play our part in bringing awareness and encouraging more persons to be involved. We urge you after today to make this part of your new lifestyle. We should all adopt yoga and its practice to make a healthier way of life. Once again, I welcome all honorable guests here among us. Therefore, with no further delay, I display my deepest appreciation for your presence, virtual or physical, and encourage you to follow on, participate. So again, I say welcome you all. Thank you.
Namaste. Greetings from the High Commission of India accredited to Antigua and Barbuda. Excellency, Foreign Minister, Honorable Minister for Sports and Culture, Her Excellency Lady Sandra Williams, my dear colleagues from the other embassies, and the Chief Guest of Honor, Sir Vivian Richards, ladies and gentlemen, friends from the media. It gives me great pleasure to be a part of this celebration for the 7th International Day of Yoga 2021. We are all gathered here to celebrate this wonderful occasion wherein we celebrate health, wellness of both mind and body. In the last 1.5 years that I have been visiting this wonderful land of Antigua and Barbuda, I have made many friends, and I sincerely believe that this land has great potential. In December 2014, India's proposal under the leadership of its Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi, was adopted at a special United Nations General Assembly session sponsored by 177 member states to unanimously proclaim 21st of June every year as the International Day of Yoga. This day also happens to be the summer solstice in the Northern Hemisphere. The world is celebrating, as I told before, the 7th edition of this International Day of Yoga. In spite of the roaring pandemic, this year too, we persist, and the celebrations are being conducted across the world through virtual platforms wherever it's not feasible to have physical yoga sessions, and at the same time, wherever it's permitted in small numbers like here, we are conducting yoga sessions. This year's theme for the Yoga Day is Yoga for Wellness, along with Be with Yoga, Be at Home. Yoga is a system of holistic living, having its roots in Indian tradition and culture. It has evolved through thousands of years, being taught by Indian rishis, Indian saints throughout the ages. Yoga techniques are being used widely in the modern day era for meeting the changing healthcare needs of mankind. Yoga has transcended the barrier of race, religion, and culture and has indeed become a global movement. Yoga is essentially a mental and physical discipline based on an extremely subtle science which focuses on bringing harmony between the mind and the body. Yoga believes in the age-old adage of a healthy mind in a healthy body. It is an art and science for healthy living. This yoga is thought to bring about harmony between mind and body. Yoga is thus a gift to the world from India. It is a fact that in these testing times of the COVID-19 pandemic, many people have sought and indeed benefited from yoga and Ayurveda. Ayurveda, as you all know, is this ancient science from India on herbs and medicine and well-being. These have been part of the Indian culture for many centuries. People who have been practicing yoga have found solace from the isolation forced upon them due to the COVID-19 restrictions, and also have been certified to have been able to successfully combat depression and other mental illnesses. It is in this context that the High Commission of India, accredited to Antigua and Barbuda, is celebrating this year's Yoga Day. I hope that all of you who have assembled here under the stewardship of our Honorary Consul to Antigua and Barbuda, Sri Vijay Tivani, and the wonderful yoga teacher, that you will be able to learn more about yoga, its benefits. And at the same time, I hope that each one of you continues to practice this discipline every day. I myself, for one, have been a beneficiary of this practicing of yoga. I urge all of you to join today and in the future with family and friends to celebrate the yoga and the Yoga Day. We have been successful in organizing such events across the world, including in Guyana, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Anguilla. I trust that all of you will find today's session beneficial, and I hope that we continue to be engaged in a fruitful manner. I sincerely thank His Excellency, the Foreign Minister of Antigua, Honorable Chet Green, the Sports and Culture Minister, Honorable Daryl Matthew, Lady Sandra Williams, Her Excellency, for having graced this occasion. I also thank Sir Vivian Richards for having taken time off from his busy schedule of golfing to have joined this unique Yoga Day celebrations. I once again thank all the excellencies from the other embassies for having been a part of this event. I wish you all success. Thank you once again.
guests from Honorable Minister Darrell Matthew, Minister of Education, Sports and Culture.
Thank you, Samita. Let me begin by acknowledging the presence of my colleague minister, Minister Chet Green, members of the Diplomatic Corps who are here with us, to include Honorable Consul Tawarni, members of the Lion Club, to its president, Desiree, nice to see you, other specially invited guests. First of all, I wish to thank you for the invitation to speak here, and it is quite interesting that I'm here today to speak, because while yoga is not something that I can claim to be tremendously familiar with, I recall having a debate a few months ago with an Indian colleague of mine that I went to school with, and the debate was whether or not yoga was a sport or an exercise. And at the time, I felt it was an exercise, because the non-combative and the non-competitive nature of it, I believe, precluded it from being classified as a sport. But as an avid person who practiced yoga, he felt very differently. And he had no hesitation in expressing to me how difficult yoga is, how competitive it was, even if it was a competition with oneself. And the very therapeutic nature of yoga, and how it stimulates the mind, body, and soul, in his mind, was one of those things that, one of those feats that can really be achieved by very few other things in this life. And so when I got the invitation to be at this function today, celebrating International Day of Yoga, Yes, the International Day of Yoga, I thought that I would share that very story with you, and I stand corrected that perhaps it can be classified as a sport and not only an exercise. The thing, though, and the question that I would like to ask is, does it really matter? Because yoga ticks several boxes in our existence, or in the existence of those who practice it. As I said earlier, it stimulates the mind in a way that very few disciplines do. It stimulates the body in a way that the very passive nature of the discipline can be very deceiving. And I did try, and I must admit, it's one of the few things that I can claim from a sporting background to have been defeated. And it stimulates the soul through its meditation in a way that I believe that persons will find very intriguing. And so I wish to thank the people and the ancestors of the people of India for giving yoga to the world. I wish to thank those in the leadership of India through its Prime Minister who saw that there was some value in spearheading a resolution to have this day recognized throughout the world. And as I was sitting next to my colleague minister, the foreign minister, he whispered to me that this resolution had perhaps the largest support at the UN when it was tabled. And so it is my privilege and my pleasure to speak here today, to welcome you to the beautiful Blue Waters Hotel, to thank you for inviting me to speak and to celebrate with you the International Day of Yoga. And I would like to commit today that I will give it another try to see if I'm more successful this time than I was the last. Thank you very much.
I'll be following up with you, Minister Darrell Matthew, on that. We'd now like to welcome our chief guest, Honorable Minister Chet Green, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Immigration.
Thank you, Sumita. I recognize the presence of my colleague minister, Darren Matthew, members of the Diplomatic Corps. I see with us here representatives of the Republic of Venezuela, la República Dominicana y de Cuba también. Right. My esteemed colleague, Honorable Consul BJ, a pleasure always to be in your company and streaming and join us, His Excellency Dr. Shinvesa, who's in Guyana. Of course, the members of the local JC chapter, recognized president, other members, other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, invitees to today's program, and certainly the media. It's always good to have the media supporting events like this. It allows for the multiplying effect. And in a program as important as this one, the role of the media becomes even more important and necessary. I will not say like my colleague minister that he tried yoga and failed or planned to try again. I would simply wish to start by thanking the people of India who invented and introduced this yoga to the world. Again, be very careful. Not saying it's sport, not saying it's not sport. What I do know, anything that brings body, mind, and soul together is holistic. And so I won't call it sport because there's some sports that are not quite holistic. And if you follow the cricket that's going on in St. Lucia now, there's nothing holistic about that. But on a day like this, it's very important and necessary that we pause to recognize the value of yoga to the global community. The gift of India from India to the world, supported by 177 countries at the United Nations, and to date remains the single largest in terms of support resolution at the UN, speaks volumes of the embrace that the world gives to yoga. To have yoga practiced in Antigua and Barbuda makes yoga special. Yeah, I mean that. From India, beautiful. In Antigua, special. If the cameras were to just take a look behind of me at the tranquil waters of blue waters, the Nile and Ganges can't compare. And so to the Indians, we say thank you for bringing yoga to the world and most to Antigua Barbuda. And I encourage Antiguans and Barbudans to embrace yoga for what it offers. The harmonization of body, soul, and mind is certainly the way to go. In this pandemic period, when there are all kinds of psychological and other challenges, you can understand the value of yoga in calming the person. It's important as we celebrate International Yoga Day or Day of Yoga 2021 that Antigua and Barbuda's participation be registered as part of the global initiative. And so I'm hoping that ABS TV, Sumit and her team, His Excellency VJ and others, will ensure that Antigua's participation is showcased across the world and that you use the tranquility of our waters, our shores, to show that we are definitely part of this global movement of yoga with a special place where a yoga program can be expanded with global reach and implications. India has given much to the world. India has given much to Antigua Barbuda. It would be remiss of me, even today as I speak of yoga, not to say thanks to the Indian government and people for having donated or gifted to Antigua Barbuda vaccines to fight against this very period of the COVID pandemic. I want to ask those of you in the audience to at least join with me in applauding and thanking the Indian government for that special gift. And whilst you're applauding the Indians, keep applauding India for the gift of yoga. Mr. Honorary Consul, I wish to assure you that the government of people of Antigua and Barbuda are not only mindful of the value of yoga, but grateful to India for its creation. Ask that you transmit to your government our profound and abiding appreciation and thanks, and a commitment that, as we started a few years ago, we will continue each year to be a part of the global celebration of International Day of Yoga. To the Minister of Sport, I know you're one given to research, but even as you research, I ask that you take yoga under your remit as Minister of Sports and have a yoga program developed within the schools with the support, of course, of Honorary Consul Vijay. As we see what's happening in our school plans with our children, as we understand the challenges that they face with the pandemic, I think yoga and what it offers, that solace, body, soul, and mind, is a timely intervention into our school's curriculum. Mr. Honorary Consul, from the position of Minister of Foreign Affairs, I ask that you and my esteemed colleague, your High Commissioner in Guyana, engage with us to ensure that there's adequate funding, adequate support, technical and other support to begin and to grow over time a yoga program beginning in our schools, transcending our country, ensuring that we come back to this or any other place for that matter on the celebration of International Yoga Day every year to celebrate, salute, and certainly demonstrate our support for India, this gift to the world, and the gift of yoga in particular. To all of you who are here, I hope that you have ready yourselves mentally, if not physically, mentally. It begins with a mental challenge. Am I right, High Commissioner? It begins with a mental challenge. And you're not too old. Neither are you too young. Yoga is for the person. So get yourselves ready to be part of this year's iteration and Antigua and Barbuda's participation in the International Yoga Day. I thank you all for listening, and once again commit Antigua and Barbuda to participation annually in this international event, which continues to grow year after year in global circles. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorary Minister Chet Green. This is more for our Facebook community. The next couple of minutes, we're going to be featuring a very short video where we sort of do a recap of what it was like when we were outside celebrating International Day of Yoga. So we will just lead over to that video that Chaz will show, and then we will be right back. Thank you for joining us today at the Government House, our Antiguan historical monument positioned at the center of our capital, St. John's. Each year there's a different theme for yoga. The 2019 theme is climate action. As we see around us every day, there is more and more conversation about moving back to basics, back to nature, a shift to being one with the source. This year, we are extremely proud to say our Antigua and Barbuda International Day celebration has received the Level 4 Green Leaf certification from the Environmental Awareness Group. What does that mean? We have sat with EAG, spoken in depth about our event. They have suggested ways in which we can be environmentally friendly, and we have taken our climate action into our own hands. Shanti.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Bhai aur behno, namaste. Today I can truly say that we have reached the milestone. 5 short years ago, we began our journey to educate and inspire people to invest some energy and enthusiasm in discovering the benefits of yoga. Now today we are celebrating 5 consecutive years of global awareness and the involvement of our nation in the celebration of acknowledgement of the benefits of yoga. We cannot stress enough the wonders and the magical feeling of being in unison with the earth and Mother Nature, the magical bond of mankind and his surroundings.
Forefinger over the eye, closing the eyes. Middle finger to the nostril to close the nostril. Continue to keep the nostril open for obvious reasons. And the 2 fingers, ring finger and little finger, either side of the mouth to close the mouth. And then you will take an inhale through the nose and then hum on the exhale, same way as before. Once at the end of the exhale, inhale deeply. And take one more round of Brahmari.
Namaskar, good afternoon. On behalf of the High Commission of India, it's my pleasure to welcome you all, especially our chief guest, Mr. Anthony Liverpool. Today we are marking the 5th International Day of Yoga in Antigua. Since first Yoga Day celebrated here in 2015, it has been celebrated here every year at this same venue. It was a matter of pride for India that on 27th September 2014, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, urged the UN to adopt an International Day of Yoga. In a matter of weeks, on 11th December 2014, the 193-member UN General Assembly approved the proposal by consensus with a record 177 co-sponsoring countries to establish 21st June as the International Day of Yoga.
In recognition of the United Nations Declaration of June 21st as International Day of Yoga, Antigua and Barbuda support this important recognition of yoga.
I'd now like to introduce you to Charlotte Drew, our lead yoga instructor, and she has been with us and a part of the organizing committee from the onset, and she will be guiding us all through the yoga protocol as well as her colleagues that are joining us today.
Thank you, Samita. Thank you, everybody, for coming. All protocols already observed. We appreciate your presence. Hey, there's a couple of mats back there, so Honourable Darrell Matthew, you can join in. You can be off camera, don't worry. We won't tell them. Thank you so much for joining us live here at Blue Waters Resort and Spa. My name is Charlotte Drew. I will be narrating through the practice today. Behind us, we have all yoga teachers here in Antigua and Barbuda. So thank you very much for everybody who's joining us. I will introduce everybody to you. Over here, we have Ros Langer, Star Samuel, and Sharon Simmons, all in the front row. They will be demonstrating. You will see Ros doing the more advanced version, and on this side, Sharon will be doing the more beginner's version. So feel free to follow whichever feels most appropriate for you. Then we have Francesca Coletti. Give us a wave. On this side, we have Karen Granham. At the back, we have Gerlette Brown and Marlene Askey. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Without further ado, we shall begin. I will give you some guidelines before we begin. We're going to start with some loosening practices. We will then move into the postures, the asanas, and then we will move to pranayamas and meditation. Please be in a calm and comfortable environment as much as possible. Wear loose clothing, very important, because you don't want to feel all tight in your clothes. Don't hurry to perform the practice. Move slowly and breathe as you go. Make sure you continue to breathe. Try not to ever hold your breath. You might find in some of the postures we hold the breath. We don't know we're doing it. That's holding tension. So just continue to allow the breath to flow normally and easily throughout. In cases of chronic disease or illness or any cardiac concerns, ideally you should check with your physician before practicing yoga. Some of these postures won't be good for you, but I will give you the contraindications or the cautions and the limitations along the way, just so that you know what's good and what might not feel so good. So perform according to your capacity and do not strain. Go gently, listen to your body, and if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Thank you for joining us. Let's begin. So we will come to seated, sitting cross-legged on the mat, and we will begin the practice with a reflection or a reflective mood to help enhance the benefits of the practice. So sit comfortably, spine tall, bring hands to heart center in prayer position. Close your eyes. May you move in harmony. May you speak in unison. Let our mind be equanimous like in the beginning. Let the divinity manifest in your sacred endeavors. Namaste. Come to standing. We will start with loosening practices or chalana kriyas. These practices help to increase microcirculation and can be done while standing or sitting. We're starting with neck bending. So have your feet hip distance apart and take your hands to your hips. Inhale, lift the chin towards the sky. As you exhale, gently release the chin towards the chest. And then repeat for 2 more rounds, moving gently and smoothly through the neck without jerking the neck. And in cases of cervical spondylitis, avoid this practice. If you have neck pain, then practice gently. Move with ease. Inhaling, bringing the head back to center for neck bending to the side. You're going to release the right ear towards the right shoulder, stretching through the left side of the neck. Then inhale, gently bring the head back to center. Exhale, release to the other side. And repeat a couple more rounds, enjoying the stretch through the side of the neck, letting the shoulders relax. Arms heavy, hands resting against the hips. Inhaling to bring the head back to center, and then right and left twisting. Inhale, keep the spine long. As you exhale, turn to look over the right shoulder, bringing the chin over the shoulder, and then inhale back to center, and return to the opposite side. Repeat 2 more times, moving gently, smoothly. Keep rooting down through the feet. Check that you're balanced evenly across the soles of the feet. Last round. Moving the head as far as possible without strain. Inhaling back to center, and then we'll move for neck rotations. So imagine that you could draw a circle on the ceiling with the crown of your head. And gently releasing the right ear towards the right shoulder, releasing the chin towards the chest, and then left ear over left shoulder, and then gently drawing the head back, but without strain. Go gently through the throat, and then repeat for 1 more round. Keep the jaw soft, relax the tongue, and then rotate in the opposite direction for 2 rounds. Try not to clench the teeth. Relax the bottom jaw. Keeping the shoulders relaxed and steady. When you're ready, returning back to center. Shoulder movement. Arms release down to the sides of the body. As you inhale, take the arms up and over the head, stretch the arms upwards, lengthen through the sides of the body, and then exhale, release the arms down to the sides of the body. Good. Repeat for 2 more rounds. Move gently through the shoulder. This practice allows the bones of the muscles and the bones in the shoulder and the nerves of the neck and shoulder healthy. And bring the hands up to shoulder height. Inhale. And take the hands onto the shoulders for shoulder rotation. Inhale, bring the elbows forwards and up, taking them back and down on the exhale. Inhale, reaching them up and exhaling them back and down. Think elbows together in the front of the body and shoulders together in the back. Gently sweeping the arms alongside the rib cage. And then rotating in the opposite direction. Inhaling, rotating up, but forwards and down. Back, up, forwards and down. And rotate 1 more round. And then take a rotation back to reopen your chest. Inhaling up and exhaling to release down. Trunk movement, waist rotation. Take your feet mat width apart. Inhale, bring the arms up to shoulder height, palms facing inwards. As you exhale, rotate to the right, taking the left hand to the right shoulder and gazing down the length of the right arm. Keep the hips facing forwards and a little softness in your knees. Inhale, return to center. And then exhale, release to the other side. Repeat for 1 more round. Breathing steady and smoothly as you go. Cardiac patients, please do this with care and avoid this practice in case of severe back injury, pain, or any vertebral or intervertebral disc disorders. Inhaling back to center, exhale, release the arms down. Knee bending. So avoid this practice in case of acute arthritis. Inhale, bring the feet back to hip distance. As you inhale, bring the arms up to shoulder height. As you exhale, sit the hips back and down, taking the weight into the heels. Inhale to come up, exhale to release the arms. And then take 1 more round. Inhale, arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, sinking the hips down, steady, draw the navel in, lengthen the spine. Inhale to come up, and exhale to release the arms. Helps to strengthen the knee and the hip joints. Moving into standing postures. We shall start in Tadasana. Tadasana, palm tree posture. Tada means palm, palm tree or mountain. This asana teaches one to attain stability and firmness and forms the base for all standing postures. So standing with your feet hip distance, inhale, reach the arms up and over the head, interlace the fingers above the head, turn the palms, press the ceiling away. On the next inhale, ease onto the balls of the feet, lift the heels off the ground and stretch through the legs and the sides of the body. Take a deep breath in, soften the shoulders as you exhale. Keep the elbows long and straight. Maintaining the position for 10 to 30 seconds. And then releasing the heels down, releasing the interlock of the fingers, and releasing the arms. Take a deep breath in and a breath out. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Vriksha means tree, and in the final position, we are standing like the shape of a tree. So, take the weight into the left foot and release the right knee. Open at the right hip and place the sole of the foot to the inside of the ankle. If that feels comfortable and steady, stay there. Otherwise, bring the foot to the calf. If you can take it higher, take the foot to the inside of the thigh. Heel as close to the perineum as possible. Keep the hip open. When you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up and over the head. Palms to touch over the head. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Breathe. Try not to hold your breath and keep the gaze steady. It helps with balance. As you exhale, release the arms. Draw the leg back to center and release the leg to repeat on the other side. Turning out the left hip, foot to the inside of the ankle, calf or thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up and over the head. Hold for a few breaths. And then exhale to release the arms and leg down. Helps to improve neuromuscular coordination, balance, endurance, alertness, and concentration. Hands to feet posture, Parahastasana, otherwise known as Uttanasana. So standing with feet hip distance apart, inhale, slowly raise the arms up and over your head. As you exhale, take your hands to your hips, gently bend your knees and fold forwards at the hips to fold the chest down towards the legs. Go gently and smoothly, stretching the back of the legs, the back, the shoulders, and the neck. Once you're in position, you can release the arms down, let the hands dangle and shoulders relax. Breathe here. Please avoid this practice in case of cardiac disorders, vertebral or disc disorders, glaucoma, and during pregnancy. On the inhale, draw the navel in, hands can go back to the hips as you slowly round through the spine or flat back, come up to stand. Once you're up to standing, relax, take a breath. For Ardha Chakrasana, half wheel posture. So you're taking the hands onto the waist or onto the sacrum with the palms face down on the back of the hips. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, gently ease into a back bend, slowly from the lower back, upper back, then the neck. If it feels comfortable, let the head release back. If not, keep the gaze forwards and chin lifting. Use the arms to support the back and the neck muscles to support the head. Keep the legs straight and continue to breathe throughout. Strengthens the spinal muscles and improves breathing, but only move to your capacity. Please do not overdo. As you inhale, easing back up to standing, and exhaling to relax. Take a breath in and a breath out. Step in the right foot back, turning to the right side of your mat. Take the feet about double shoulder width apart. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Trikona means triangle. Kona means angle, tri means tree, and this posture resembles a triangle made by the trunk, the arms, the legs, hence the name Trikonasana. Inhale, reach the arms out to the sides of the body, turn your right toes to face the back of your mat. Keep both legs straight, lift the kneecaps. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, extend the body over the right side, bending to the right side, then lifting the left arm up towards the sky. Stacking one arm over the other, keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. Body in line with the legs. Avoid this posture in case of slip disc, sciatica, or after undergoing abdominal surgery. And again, do not try beyond your limits. Do not overdo the lateral side stretch. You will feel this in the inner thigh and side of the body. Inhale, draw the navel in, slowly, gently return to center. And exhale, release the arms and repeat on the other side. Turning the left toes out, right toes in. Lift the kneecaps, inhale, reach the arms out to the side. Keep the arms at shoulder height. Exhale, extend the body over the left leg, bending over the leg. Hand to the foot, ankle, shin, or thigh, wherever's comfortable, reach the right arm up. Inhale, gaze towards the middle finger of the top arm. Exhale, release any tension from your shoulders. On the next inhale, draw the navel in, slowly, gently return to center. As you exhale, release the arms down. Turn the toes back to facing the long edge of the mat, and then step to the top of your mat for Tadasana. Take a deep breath in, and a long breath out. And now we move into sitting postures. So come down to sitting on your mat. We will start in Vishramasana, or seated relaxation, extending your legs down the mat, letting your feet relax out, hips relax, and taking your hands just behind your hips, fingertips facing back. Release the shoulders and feel free to lean back into the arms. Now we move into Dandasana. Take the hands either side of your hips, plant your palms face down with the fingertips facing forwards, feet relatively close together, toes drawing back towards the body, pressing out through the heels. Strong arms as you press down through the hands, lengthen the spine up. Inhale and exhale here. And then release, moving into Vajrasana. the firm or auspicious pose, also known as Baddha Konasana, bound angle, butterfly, or cobbler's pose. So here, bending the knees, draw the soles of the feet together, take the knees wide. Hands to the feet or ankles. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, relax your shoulders down, avoiding this practice in case of severe arthritis or knee injury or groin strain. Just be conscious and move to your capacity. A very calming, easing pose and a lovely hip opener. Inhale and exhale, release. Draw the knees together gently and stretch the legs out and relax in Vishramasana, seated relaxation. Hands behind the hips, allow the body to relax back. Now we're moving to Vajrasana, thunderbolt posture. Considered as one of the meditative postures, bring the feet either side of the right hip. So swing the legs to the right side and ease yourself to kneeling. Now, person suffering with knee pain, ankle injury, you can avoid this practice. Sitting here comfortably, if it's not comfortable, stand up on your knees, that's fine. Otherwise, allow yourself, your hips to settle into your heels, your spine to be straight, and your breath to be easy. This posture strengthens the thigh muscles, the calf muscles, is a good posture for digestion, and provides a firm base to the body, helps to keep the spine healthy. Now moving into Ardha Ustrasana, half camel posture. Inhale, come up onto your knees. Ustra means camel. The final version of this asana resembles the hump of a camel, but in this version we're only doing the first stage, which is the half stage. So be conscious of your back, it's a back bend. We're going to take the hands to the hips and then ease them round onto the sacrum with the fingertips pointing down. Squeeze the shoulders and the elbows towards each other as you open the chest. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, bending from the lower back first, then the middle, then the upper back, and releasing the neck back if it feels comfortable to do so. Keeping the knees underneath the hips. Press the hips forwards. Keep the spine long. If there's any compression in the lower back, ease off. Helps to strengthen the back and neck muscles, relieves constipation and back pain. As you inhale, gently return the body upright. Exhale to release the arms and bring yourself back round to the relaxed seated pose. Shashankasana, the hare posture. Shashanka means hare, and the body in this position resembles a hare. So swing the legs to the left side this time and come onto your knees. Avoid this posture in case of acute back pain, and patients with osteoarthritis of the knee should avoid Vajrasana. Taking the knees as wide as the mat, bring the big toes together. Sit back on your heels if comfortable to do so. Take your hands in between your knees and then walk your hands forwards to the top of the mat or beyond, releasing the body down in between the thighs and releasing the chest and chin down, or forehead and nose as feels comfortable for you. Feel free to keep the hips over the knees in case of acute back pain or concerns of the knees. It helps to reduce stress and anxiety, as does most head down postures, and tones up the reproductive organs, release constipation, improves digestion, and helps to relieve back pain. Do not go beyond your limits. Inhale, slowly walk the hands to come back up, drawing the navel in, supporting the spine. Exhale and release. Feel free to stay here sitting on your hips, sitting on your heels. Otherwise, come up onto your knees with your knees underneath your hips. We're moving into Uttana Mandukasana, stretched up frog pose. Inhale, raise both arms over the head. As you exhale, take your right hand to your left shoulder blade behind your head. Take your other arm to the other shoulder blade, and then lengthen up through the spine. Draw the navel in, lengthen the tailbone down, find space across your chest. underarms, and back. Again, persons with severe knee joint pain should not perform this practice. This practice is helpful in back and neck injuries and helps to improving the diaphragmatic movements, getting more movement into the respiratory system. Breathe deeply to improve lung capacity. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, release the arms down and come round to sitting in relaxed seated pose, Vishramasana. Vakrasana, or the spinal twist pose. Vakra means twisted. In this posture, the spine is twisted, which has a rejuvenating effect on its functioning. So bending the right knee, bring the foot to the inside of the calf of the left leg. Keep the left leg strong and long, press the heel away. Inhale, raise the left arm up towards the sky. And as you exhale, take either the hand, the inner elbow, or the outer elbow to the outside of the knee, gently drawing the knee across the body. Inhale, lengthen your spine again, and then exhale, twist and look over your right shoulder. Breathe deeply and comfortably in the posture. Again, avoiding an acute back pain or abdominal surgery and during menstruation. Helps to increase flexibility of the spine, helps to overcome constipation, and stimulates the pancreatic functions, helping in the management of diabetes also. On your next exhale, release the head, then the body, then the leg, to repeat on the other side. Bending through the left knee, planting firmly the foot. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, twist, take the hand around the knee, elbow around the knee, elbow to the outside of the knee. Inhale again before you deepen the twist, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, twist and look over the left shoulder. Keep your shoulders down and away from your ears, lengthen through your spine, and keep the crown of your head over your tailbone as much as possible. Breathe comfortably in the position. Exhale, release the head, the chest, and then the hand and the leg when you're ready. Lengthen the legs, relax the legs, shake out the knees if you wish. We're moving into prone postures, lying face down on your mat. Swing your legs back behind you, bring your body down to the ground, and take a moment to relax in crocodile pose. So taking the hands underneath the head, stacking the hands or forearms, take the feet as wide as you can, turning the feet outwards so the inner foot is facing the ground with the knee turned out and the hip turned out. Notice the sense of release and relaxation in your lower back. Notice the breath here, deepening through the diaphragm. You'll feel the breath in the lower back and the hips. Nice relaxing pose for the back. An opening of the hips. Helps in the recovery of back problems and promotes relaxation for the whole body. Close your eyes and enjoy the breath. Again, it's a head down posture, so very good for stress and anxiety. Inhale, and then release the hands to either side of the rib cage. Gently draw the feet back together. Now we move into Bhujangasana, the cobra pose. Bhujanga means snake or cobra, and this posture, the body is raised like the hood of the snake, hence the name. Contraindications or cautions for this posture: those who have undergone abdominal surgery, avoid this practice for 2 to 3 months, and if you suffer from hernia, ulcers, please do not practice this. Bringing the arms forward so the elbows come underneath the shoulders, so gently press the chest away from the ground. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and draw the back of the neck up and back. So you find a nice long line through the spine. This is Sarala Bhujangasana, otherwise known as the Sphinx pose. Exhale to release down. And take the hands now either side of the rib cage, elbows close to the sides of the ribs. Plant the palms into the ground. Plant firmly through the feet. Engage the knees and the buttocks. Inhale, press gently through the palms. Use the back muscles to lift the chest. Hold, breathe. If it doesn't feel good in your lower back, ease off and come back to the first position with forearms down. Benefits of this posture: good for stress relief and removes backache and bronchial problems. As you exhale, gently release and relax in Makarasana or crocodile pose. Locust posture. Take the arms down either side of the body, turn the palms to face the sky, bring the feet together. Root down through the hips, the arms, and you can keep the forehead or chin down. As you inhale, you're lifting your legs to engage the buttocks, the hamstrings, gently the lower back. Pulling the kneecaps, squeezing the buttocks to improve the posture. Breathe deeply. Relieves sciatica and lower back pain and tones the hip muscles. Exhale to release the legs down and relax. Turning the head to the side if that feels more comfortable. Moving into supine postures. Plant the palms either side of the chest. Gently press yourself up onto all fours. And bring yourself round to sitting and then lying down on your mat. So starting the pose lying in Shavasana. Bend both knees, bring the heels in towards the hips and have the feet hip distance apart, knees hip distance apart. Take the palms, plant them down either side of the hips and root down through the backs of the arms. As you inhale, gently lift the hips away from the ground, honor the lower back arch. Root down firmly through the arms to lift the chest towards the chin. Breathe deeply, open space in the front of the body. Final position, both shoulders, neck and head will remain in contact with the floor. And be careful, if you're suffering from ulcer or hernia, you should not practice this. Helps relieve depression, anxiety, strengthens the lower back muscles, the knee muscles, the thigh muscles, and stretches the abdominal organs. As you exhale, slowly release down, placing vertebra by vertebra, but honoring the lower back arch as you bring the hips down. And then release the legs and lie in Shavasana. Relaxation. Uttana Padasana, raised feet posture. Bring the feet together. Take the hands down firmly either side of the hips or under the hips to support the lower back. Caution with this, if you're suffering with hypertension or back pain, practice this gently and alternating the legs with ease. If it doesn't feel good in your spine, don't do it. Inhale, raise the right leg 30 degrees off the floor. Draw the navel in, strengthen the spine. As you exhale, lower the leg down. Inhale, raise the left leg, engaging the core. Keep the leg long, knee engaged. Exhale to lower the leg down. Helps to balance the navel center, helps in relieving abdominal pain, indigestion, strengthens the abdominal and pelvic floors, and also improves digestion and lung capacity. Ardha Halasana, half plow pose. Ardha means half, Hala means plow. You're going to inhale, raise both feet, if comfortable, up towards the sky, keeping the legs straight, but avoiding if there's back pain. Holding this position for 10 to 30 seconds, allow the tailbone to relax back down to the ground. Keep the legs straight. Breathe. If there is acute back pain, you will bend the knees to bring the legs down. Otherwise, feel free to keep the legs straight and lower them slowly towards the ground, drawing the navel in and rooting the lower back towards the ground. Very good for strengthening the abdominal muscles. Relax in Shavasana. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Pavanmuktasana, wind relieving posture. In this posture, we're helping to remove wind or flatulence from the stomach and intestines. Please avoid this practice in case of abdominal injury, hernia, sciatica, severe back pain, and during pregnancy. Lying flat on the back, slowly bend through one knee, then the other, drawing the knees up and over the chest. Bring the hands to the shins, interlacing the fingers if possible. Relax the shoulders. Inhale. As you exhale, raise the head, bring in the forehead, nose, or chin towards the knees, soften the jaw and relax the shoulders. This is Pavanmuktasana. Inhale, exhale here. Inhaling, bringing the head back to the ground, and then exhaling, releasing the feet to the ground. Synchronizing the breath with the leg movement as much as possible. And then relax in Shavasana, sending the legs out, comfortably apart, hip distance or wider, turning the palms to face the sky, and having the arms about 45 degrees away from the body. Relax the neck, the face, the jaw. Relax the shoulders, the arms, and the hands, allowing the fingers to curl naturally. Relax the rib cage, the abdomen, the lower back. Relax the hips, the thighs, the knees, and the lower legs. Relax the feet. Allowing the breath to come back to an easy, steady state. Relax the whole body consciously. Become aware of your natural breath and allow it to become slow. Remaining this position until you feel refreshed and relaxed. Shavasana helps to relieve all kinds of tension and gives rest to both the body and the mind. Relaxes the whole psychophysiological system. The mind, which is constantly attracted to the outer world, takes a U-turn and moves inwards here, gradually getting absorbed. Absorb in the practice, turning the mind quiet and relaxed. Shavasana is found very beneficial in the management of stress and its consequences. Slowly, gently awakening through fingers and toes. Bring in movement to the hands and the feet, rolling the head side to side, releasing your neck. Drawing the feet together, gently bending the knees, and rolling onto your right hand side, rest in a fetal position. When you feel ready, slowly, gently press yourself to come to sitting for breathing practice, pranayama. We will start with alternate nostril breathing to help balance the energy channels in the body. Taking your hand into Nasagra Mudra, extending your thumb, little finger and ring finger if possible, otherwise ring finger, little finger and thumb, or index finger and thumb. Go with what feels comfortable for you. You're taking your thumb to your right nostril, inhaling through left nostril. Once at the top of the inhale, switch. Take the finger to the left nostril, release the right, and exhale. Inhale through right nostril. Switch and exhale out of left. That's one round of alternate nostril breathing, or Nadi Shodhanam. Take one more round. Alternating sides. Don't worry if you get mixed up with which nostrils breathing in and out. There are thousands of ways to practice Nadi Shodhanam. Practice with ease. And gradually, as you progress, you'll be making the ratio of 1 to 2 inhalation, exhalation respectively. So lengthening your exhalation. Release the arms down, hands to the knees, once you've completed final exhalation out of left nostril. Final breathing practice, Brahmari. Brahmari is derived from the word Brahma in Sanskrit, which means black bee. So during this practice, the sound produced resembles the buzzing of a black bee. So keeping your hands on your thighs or knees, Or you can have your palms stacked one above the other, palms facing up in the lap. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, hum through the nose, closing the mouth. At the end of the exhale, inhale, and then hum once more. Take one more round. Practice of Brahmari helps relieve stress, helps alleviate anxiety, anger, and hyperactivity. The resonating effect of the humming sound creates a soothing effect on the nervous system. Very good to slow down the chitter-chatter of the mind. Breathe normally and relax for meditation. Hands can be in the same position as feels comfortable, or you can bring your hands, forefinger and thumb together in Chin Mudra, palms facing up, or palms facing down, Jnana Mudra. Meditation or dhyana is an act of continuous contemplation, keeping the spine comfortably straight. Breathe in and out through the nose. Do not need to concentrate. Just maintain a mild focus between the eyebrows and be conscious of your breath. Dissolving your thoughts and try to attain a single and pure thought. Feel free to count the breaths, inhaling, exhaling, counting 1. Inhaling, exhaling, counting 2. All the way up to 10. When you reach 10, start back at 1. If you lose count, that's fine, the mind wanders. Just bring yourself back to either the number you left off on or return back to 1. Meditation is the most important component of the yoga practice. All postures of the yoga practice are to bring us into this meditative state, keeping the mind calm and quiet. It helps the practitioner to eliminate negative emotions like fear, anger, depression, anxiety, and to develop positive emotions. Increasing concentration, memory, clarity of thought, and willpower. Rejuvenating for the whole body and mind, giving them proper rest. Meditation leads to self-realization. We end the practice with a sankalpa. I commit myself to always be in a balanced state of mind. It is in this state that my highest self-development reaches its greatest possibility. I commit to do my duty to self, family, at work, to society and to the world, for the promotion of peace, health, and harmony. May all become happy, may all be free from illness, may all see what is auspicious, may no one suffer. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring the palms together in front of heart center, bow your head. Om, peace, peace, peace. Thank yourself for your practice. Thank you for practicing with us here today for International Day of Yoga Antigua. That ends your session. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. I shall reintroduce Sumita. Thank you very much for joining us. I shall reintroduce Samita. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce you now to Vishaka Tiwani, the youngest organizing member of IDY Antigua. Vishaka has been a part of this for the last 7 years, and now she will lead us in the thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to have this opportunity to speak on behalf of the International Day of Yoga organizers in this closing part of our successful ceremony. It is important for us to be able to utilize the lessons learned today and demonstrated as we continue to grow and focus on our health and wellness. I say thank you to our chief guest, Honorable Minister Chet Green, Foreign Affairs and Immigration, Honorable Minister Dal Matthews, Sports, Education and Culture, Ambassador of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Her Excellency Carmen Velasquez de Vizbal, Ambassador of the Dominican Republic, Her Excellency Raquel Jacabo Jar, Consular of the Dominican Republic, Maria Isabel Fernandez, President of Lions Club Antigua, Mrs. Desiree Edwards. I thank His Excellency Dr. KJ Srinivasa, High Commissioner of India, for this opportunity and the support he has provided. I thank our Honorary Consul of India, Mr. Vijay Shivkumar Tiwani, and I thank our wonderful Masters of Ceremony, Sumita Baluja, for opening our event for the past 7 years. She's one of the organizers and has always provided complete support and encouragement. I thank our leading instructor, Charlotte Drew, who has been organizing, supporting, and guiding us since the first day. I would like to thank all our wonderful yogis who made this prosperous event possible. Our yoga teachers, namely Marlene Askey, Francesca Coletti, Karen Granum, Ross Langer, Star Samuel, Sharon Simmons, Gerlette Brown, and Janie Easton. We thank Blue Waters Resort and Spa for this gorgeous venue, Cool and Smooth for their continued support, Indian Summer for their delicious refreshments, and Windvara Images. I thank and acknowledge our esteemed guests. I thank all who expressed, enunciated, and vocalized their voices and views and perceptions on this nourishing performance. We appreciate the participation of all viewers who have tried their best to acknowledge yoga into their lives for a healthier solution. And I say thank you, shukriya, dhanyavad, and namaste.